He was more like, "Hey, fuckhead, enjoy your peaceful sojourn."
Yeah.
See you later, numbnuts.
Hi, Internet.
That's
how we enter the Internet usually. Is like,
Hello there.
Hey, numbnuts. Things
Hey,
like
we got to talk about how he entered the room.
that. Do we?
No, I just.
Why is your color all fucked up again?
It is.
I
Look
just
at that.
fixed
What
it.
the hell?
I don't know.
I'm hot. I'm on fire. Look at me.
This Chuck is on fire.
Look at us.
You're a little bit red. Maybe it's the yellow in your background.
Right.
I mean, it's trying to white balance.
Well,
White
no,
balance.
I turned the white balance off. I was doing it manually, but yeah, you're just like you're all fucky.
Oh, if you keep
How's
changing it,
that?
then it's gonna.
I don't know. Let's see what happens when I auto white balance it. You're kind of pink.
Is BMFcast live? I can't tell because fucking YouTube won't fucking tell me.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
I have the bell rung like all good BMFcast YouTube subscribers should.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to BAMcast right now to check it out. It's there.
I know it's there. It's there.
Oh,
It's
all
just
right.
YouTube didn't tell me.
Okay.
All right, now I gotta pop out the chat because.
Pop out the chat. Pop it out. Pop.
But no, like YouTube for some reason has been, or this Chrome in general has been like.
Oh, there's an issue with Chrome.
There's a thing where it's suspending tabs
Yes.
in the background.
There's an issue with
willy-nilly.
Chrome that no one is talking about, but is affecting everybody.
I think.
It has crippled us at work, and Chrome won't acknowledge that it's happening.
Yeah, I suspect it has something to do with trying to like lower the RAM usage of Chrome. Like it's just suspending background tabs because it does it more on this than it does on my home computer. But it still has done it on my home computer.
Yep.
And I don't keep a million tabs open. I don't want to.
Oh, we'll all be kind of pink. I mean, we're all
Sorry.
kind of pink anyway.
You know,
Sweeties. Oh.
so I think we might need to change the overheads to just white
okay.
because the colors of those,
Just mixing with the colors of
everything just ends up being the same color of like this weird kind of like beigey red, no matter what we have our colors set to, and they're all different.
Hey Google, make the studio lights white.
50%.
Hey Google, make the studio lights 50% brightness.
That didn't change much.
Hey Google, dim the studio lights by 50%. That's maybe too much. Yeah, that's
No, I like that.
all right.
That looks good.
Let me hit the live button and see how we look. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Good adjustment. Good adjustment.
Still not pink enough back here, but
I'm less pink. I'm more brown. Brown. But I'm
no,
more
you're not
natural.
Really, yeah, you're not really that brown.
I'm less pink, and I appreciate that.
Hello, Curtis, and hello, Leola.
Leola says that looks good, so I will defer to that.
You always look good, Chuck.
Don't I know it?
Do you?
I'm just trying to get some
you know it.
slight color variation between the two of us. There we go. That's
Between what, us two?
well, no, because we're on the same side and we're kind of sharing light. Over
We
here.
are on the same side.
I mean, we're on the same side of the table and we're kind of sharing light.
Whoa.
That's not a color that I wanted. Blue? Do we like blue for me?
I do.
Thanks, Chuck.
I do.
Don't forget, you got whatever color is bleeding in from Mackey's side too.
Oh, yeah.
That spiky-haired guy over there.
Oh.
Brunson or Brunlin or
Brunson?
the running with the Grunions or whatever that guy's name
Running
was.
with the Grunions.
Emerson.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Yes.
That
I
guy.
was looking for an Emerson, Lake and Palmer joke the entire fucking movie and
Oh.
couldn't find a way to get one across. Like a good joke, not just like
Not just,
a plain joke.
not the
There we
one
go.
just to say it.
Reinforce my color there.
Welcome back, my friends. The show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside. Come inside.
Please.
Yeah,
What?
come inside.
I was going to retweet a tweet.
Isn't that an Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Yes.
song? Yeah, I thought so.
It's really the only thing I know, and then it's 20 minutes of fucking organ solos.
All right, which one of you is on AT&T?
Me.
They're bringing it back. It's a retro thing. Hey, don't you like when your computer speakers used to go when you would get a phone call?
Dumby dumber.
We're bringing it back.
I don't need to keep watching this live stream. Pause.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You can if you want.
Just making sure the colors pop. Pop.
These colors make my taco pop.
Pop, pop.
You can't get the live stream going? What's going on with your live stream?
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I was just going to the chat.
Okay. I'm not worried about it either.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, that's
I didn't wanna say
not why I
anything.
was going there. It
Okay.
was just going there to get the chat open. That's
Yeah.
all.
Right?
I think, I know we were trying, we tried we don't have to talk about this on stream, but we tried like the underlight thing.
Uh-huh.
I think if we could get like a 5-watt light bulb right in the middle, or
Yeah.
right here and right here. Like one of those super small, tiny light bulbs.
We could
Or
probably
ring
just get
lights.
little
Oh,
tiny ring lights.
That's right.
in.
We were thinking about ring lights. We
Yeah.
should do ring lights.
I have one. I'll bring it in. We'll test it. And if we like it,
Cool.
we'll order more.
Did they make little clip-on ones
Yeah,
that we could just
That's what
clip
that-
on? to
that's what I
this?
have.
Yeah.
Mine just clips to the top of my laptop.
That's what-
I'll bring it in.
We'll test it.
I have it on tape. I'll bring it in.
I'll just remind you like 3 more times, like the Steam Deck.
Hey, did you bring light?
Yeah.
Bring it.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
At being annoying.
I know.
I know.
Yeah. I finally brought it. Shut you up. Like here.
I think we need a little bit more forward light, like just a little bit.
60%?
Yeah. Hey Google, turn the studio lights brightness to 65%. That's too much. That is more than 65%.
I think
Lies.
whatever it was, it went
Oh,
half of that, and then I don't know.
Hey Google, set the studio lights brightness to 65%. Okay, Google, set
Try
studio
45.
lights brightness to 35%.
That's better.
That's better. That gives us some front-facing light.
Yeah. Not any more color.
When we get the ring lights, we can just turn
Just-
the.
Turn that way down, like way down.
That looks like straight ass beige on camera.
Your light.
You want gay ass beige if you're gonna
It's
get
true.
a beige.
I do.
Yeah.
Hey, beige.
That's beige.
That's what
He's the beige.
Oh,
that's what Jen used to call me.
Aw.
She does. Sometimes she still does. Is that because she thought I was boring?
Bland.
yeah.
I've had too many realizations about myself in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I
what
gotta
a
go on.
breakthrough.
I gotta go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like not the.
From yourself, because you.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you
Yes.
something.
Yeah. Yes. Goodbye, cruel world. It's gonna walk out into the forest for about 6 months.
Should we do a? Who votes for podcasting?
Mm-mm.
There's one tentative vote. One mild vote. Also, by the way, I'm terribly sorry for anyone that's like listening at home. If I just fuck with all of your lighting and stuff, we probably shouldn't do these things like live on air. I always hate that when like I'm watching YouTube things and they're like,
Oh.
"Can you just do this?" And it's like
Nobody left.
nobody left. Huh?
Curtis, Leola, you still here? We didn't lose you with light. They're probably fine.
We should just say. Hey Google, subscribe to BMFcast on your relevant mobile devices.
Yep. Now everything is listening.
This is how the world ends.
Yeah.
You put it out there.
I got us
I'm gonna
double the subscribers.
I'm gonna write the ultimate hack. I'm gonna make everyone's Google device talk to the other devices. Like, just make Google talk to Alexa, and then have a conversation, and everyone's homes will just never stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the
That'd be
robots
so
will
good.
get us.
Yeah.
I can't
It's
wait.
like, hey Alexa,
why
hey,
I-
I'm Siri. Hello. Hey, I'm Cortana. Get the fuck out of here.
Nobody asked you, and then Bixby's in
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking alley
yeah.
doing crack.
Aw. Bixby.
Poor
Don't
Bill,
awe Bixby.
poor Bill Bixby.
Bixby did it to himself.
Bixby.
Oh.
Oh,
But
man.
that's why I always say thank you to the robot lady.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want her
Absolutely.
to kill me. Release
Nope.
the carbon monoxide
Nope.
overnight or something.
I'm happy to be a battery in their future. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, just
Just
Plug me in the happy dream machine. I mean,
yeah.
I'm
plug
all
me into
about
the
that.
good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I will-
contribute to society.
I
in
make
a
a lot
meaningful
of
way
heat.
anyway.
So if that's good. I'm
Make a lot of
I'm a
heat.
warm body.
I make a lot of heat if you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
So
I can fuel your alien shit.
I am like
Just-
a
Just let me go someplace nice.
I'm like a hot water bottle from the 19th century in the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and in the sheets. Something.
Right.
And in the streets.
And in the streets.
Anywho, let's talk about
Zombie
this
High.
movie.
The scariest movie we've ever seen.
Ooh, like Deathbed.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Deathbed was
Ooh.
scarier than this movie.
Save that.
except for the transitions.
Was it? Yeah.
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 All right.
Transitions were spooky.
Must remind myself, Virginia Madsen, that we know of, has done nothing wrong except for possibly harboring her brother.
Yeah, be nice to Virginia Madsen.
Wait,
Don't
what?
just
What?
Just be nice.
Okay.
Wait, why are we being warned? To
No,
be
no, I
nice
just
to-
it was my
He's done it
misunderstanding.
before.
It's my misunderstanding that I thought she was on the like Lori Loughlin list or something. You know,
Lori Loughlin. That's the school thing, right?
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Virginia Madsen did not.
not her. It's
Virginia Woolf.
No,
She's
there was another like Felicity Huffman. That's the lady. I think I'm
Yes.
confusing her with.
Yes.
Is she on the Lori Loughlin
Yes.
list?
Yes.
I had to concentrate to say that.
Lori Loughlin.
So it's
Not the Lori
the
Loughlin.
judicial system. It's not.
It's a full house. So yeah, it's totally rad.
We were too, Leola. Sorry.
It's a great title.
Someone should remake it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I
Something
don't
like
know
that.
that we ever actually watched that one.
Yeah. No.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
Episode numbers. I lost it. 274.
557.
274.
274.
Did you
I
take
know.
some de-aging serum?
Good lord.
Yes, I've been. What was it? 570. I thought I had it up, and then I went looking for it. And like, it's gone.
557.
All right, fuck it. Let's just do this again.
Okay.
God damn it. Sorry.
God damn it.
God damn it. God damn it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Fuck done with you professionally.
Boo.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Surprisingly positive intro.
All right.
Episode 557. No, fuck.
What you said wasn't even a number. Episode 550, 500,
57.
55s,
I fucking lost it.
227.
My IQ 55.
I've lost it. One more time. The number. Shit. On
557.
557.
That's what I said. 557.
Yeah, but you said it in a weird way
Fine.
that doesn't exist in numbers.
557.
577.
227. Jackie.
That's right, Jack A. Very good.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Hey.
Episode 557.
Oh yeah, that's a number.
That is.
That is accurate.
Yeah, you're right.
I bet it's a prime number.
Yeah. Probably. So I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we're going to watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie.
Mhm.
Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They go 1 to 5 Jacksons and Robot Jocks.
Yay! That's a movie.
However, there are bad movies, and stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash in which they belong.
Avoid those movies.
Don't watch a bags.
Take it from us.
So, we are once again pioneering things on the internet by
We've been doing it this entire month.
this whole month. We are watching spooky movies
Spooky movie.
in the month of October.
Oh.
I know. Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Yeah.
But it's true.
One day, everyone will be doing this.
Yeah.
Not just us.
Put your socks back on, for they have been blown off.
We just knocked your socks on your ass.
Call your socks Napoleon because
but
they're
then-
blown apart.
Go ahead and take your socks back off, because there's not a lot scary in this movie. This is 1987's Zombie High.
No, hold on.
Okay.
We made a mistake
No.
because we watched the scariest movie before the finale of Spooky Month.
Oh.
We blew it.
Did we?
We blew it. We watched Zombie High, the scariest movie ever made.
Said nobody ever?
This movie's a
Well.
fraud.
It's a fraud in so many ways.
Man.
Um,
Wow. Let's talk about people who are in this film.
sure. I mean, there is a nice Blu-ray/DVD release from Shout Factory/Scream Factory. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I'm just saying, like, there is a modern way to watch this, as some of the things we watch have been lost to time. I mean,
Correct.
most of what we've been watching recently, we've been trying to stick with things that have gotten a
Yeah.
recent re-release.
Well, plus Shout Factory and Vinegar Syndrome and all of those have been doing an excellent job of just digging shit out of the grave and
Yeah.
putting it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's gold, sometimes it's
Sure.
ET
yeah.
on the Atari 2600. You know, you
Right.
never know what's going to come up out of the ground.
But they're doing a lot of it, and so like huge credit to those folks that are willing to.
Sure.
I know they've obviously got to be making money off of it, but good on them for doing it. And most of them are pretty affordable. You know, $20 for a Blu-ray
Mhm.
of something weird ain't that bad.
This is a movie that
Correct.
stars Virginia Madsen,
Yes.
who has done nothing wrong her entire life.
She is a very good person.
She is a saint.
I don't know about that.
Okay?
She's probably a nice lady.
She is a perfectly adequate lady.
She was 26 in this motion picture.
And this movie is confusing because it's called Zombie High
Uh-huh. And it does not feature zombies
or...
or a high school.
Well, I mean, I think it's a high school, but if it is a high school, goddamn. I mean, I'm just saying, like, plot-wise, like, it's... I mean, before the fucked up shit happens, there's some fucked up shit that happens.
It's a boarding school. It's an
Sure.
academy. It is...
Yeah. I mean, it's called something prep academy, which, you know, prep generally means not college.
Yeah.
It is high school. You're preparing yourself for college.
Maybe it was like a post-high school, pre-college...
That's what I was going to say. If I was
Academy.
going to defend this, you know, this choice,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for one, shouldn't be called Zombie High. But if I was going to defend the creepiness that is to come,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, all of these kids look like they're like immediately post high school age.
Yeah.
But Billy or whatever his name is, Bradley, Billy, Chuck, Jimmy,
Who are you referencing?
Which person?
the boyfriend,
professor?
Brad?
Billy.
No, it's not Billy.
Barry.
Barry. That's it.
Yeah. The only reason I remember that is because he was a football man, and so I went, Barry Sanders. I will remember this now.
Good job.
That was my...
Nice.
Well done. I could.
Nice.
I
Not
could
that he
not
looks
get
like
there.
Barry Sanders
He does
or
not.
Not at
does
all.
anything remotely... Well, he does leap something fairly well.
He
That was
jumps over
That
a
was
hedge.
Sanders-esque,
Yeah.
if that's a word. But, yeah.
But yeah, like he is on ostensibly a high school. No, his jacket says something high.
Moist High.
Moist
Or-
High.
it looks like that. It's like Marist.
Marist High. Yeah.
But yeah,
The
at
most
first we
Mar-
thought it was like Moist High, and we're like,
Yeah.
man, why didn't I go there?
Because of that letter jacket script, you know. So
Oh.
it's
That's
sort
why?
of presumed that like he's in high school because his
Sure.
jacket says he's in high school.
Does say HS? Yes. I mean,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
it
it's
all
a
kind
high-
of
I'm sorry.
falls apart.
It's a high school, and the teacher is trying to fuck a 14 or 15-year-old girl. I mean,
Right.
straight up. I mean, here's the thing. It's like I feel like throughout history, it has always been somewhat. I mean, almost like downright encouraged. I think once coeducation began, but I mean, it was just like, yeah, we're going to send girls to school, but not necessarily to get an education, but because they're probably going to meet a professor and fuck them and marry them. And I just feel like that was like a very common thing of like, let's send our 18-year-old
don't-
daughter to meet a professor and get married.
I don't know that it was to meet a professor. I think it was to meet another boy whose family can
Sure.
afford education.
I just feel
and
like
fuck him.
I feel like the professor and student thing in college has always been a weird and creepy thing, and
It
this,
has
this
because
one,
men are weird and creepy.
well, yeah, I just feel like this one is like, yeah, that that's okay. Look, this is fancy like a college, and it's like, but it falls apart immediately when you're like, yeah, but
Yeah.
no.
So she's anywhere from 14 to 17, maybe
Or 26.
maybe 18. Yeah, or 26. I don't know, but
Or it's
so
just
it's
bad
very
writing.
creepy. It's going to get creepy.
Yeah. Anywho,
I think there's a plot that was cut from this where, like, he was
you could've
married
just
to her
said
great
period,
grand.
and that was been a complete
Well,
thought.
yes, yeah, it was a complete sentence
Yeah.
without my pregnant pause,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, here we are.
There was a plot that was removed from this one.
I think there was a subplot
Ah.
where she was either she was also 100 years old, spoiler alert, or like he was married to her great 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 grandmother or something.
Yeah.
Who died.
They plant the seed of something that does not in any way play into anything.
They also plant the seed of something that does not pay off in any way with the title of this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
So-
there's no I mean technically zombies, yes.
Sure. I mean, but not really.
Actually
'cause
no.
no.
th-
Zombie
no.
would imply that
More
you
like
have died
sheeple.
and come
Undead.
back. Yeah.
Right. They
Yeah.
didn't die. They
They're-
just have
they're-
they have not died. They've
It's-
never died.
It's like biological Dorian Gray or biochemical Dorian Gray. I mean, because they're anti-aging surrounding themselves, but instead
Yeah.
of a picture, it's like they're extracting
The kids are turned into
basically they're doing the
figurative-
Hollywood Cabal thing. Like they're doing what Tom Hanks and everybody is doing.
Right.
They're drinking the
drinking
the juices
adrenochrome
of
out
all
of
the
baby
young
necks.
Right,
Or whatever.
yes,
y-
the- yes.
young people. So
Right, they get the stem cells from the
I'm just-
aborted
yeah.
fetuses, and
It's just-
that's how
yeah.
they stay so young. Because boy, you look at Tom Hanks now, and you're like, oh, he's so young.
he looks just like he
Well,
did
Tom
on
Hanks
Bosom
is one of the
Buddies.
outsiders.
No. He is he's a lizard man
I
drinking.
know people
baby
keep
juice.
saying he's a lizard man.
Sure.
They got to look at Tom Cruise if they're going to look at anybody.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, but even that though, like,
But we just don't know what the Scientologists are
well,
doing.
that. But
So
I mean, also
secret.
like, I just did all of the Mission Possibles in like 3 days, and you suddenly realize just how much he actually has aged in 20 years.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's like, oh
It's
yeah,
not as much as I've aged
no,
in 20 years.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he
no.
does.
It's still
he's a
it's,
good-looking old man.
yes, he is an impressive. I would not fuck with that 5'2" little individual. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying, like,
You look at
also,
Wilford
still-
Brimley in Cocoon.
I'm just saying,
and
you look at
Tom Cruise now, and you're like, what?
You look at Mission Impossible 1, and it's like he looks 3 years off of Top Gun, and then you look at the last one, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Sure,
that is a grizzled man that's been around the block a few times.
it is.
Anyway, but
Zombie High.
anyway, we've now only touched on
All
just
of what we're
just-
talking about is more interesting than Zombie High.
Virginia Madsen is in this. So is Sherilyn Finn.
Yes.
Um,
Hello.
yes,
Chuck likes Sherilyn Fenn, I
I
think.
do.
I am a fan as well. Yeah,
You're Sherilyn fans?
Yep.
I was sadly throughout this entire movie hoping that her character was going to get thrown out of a window just so we could have a Sherilyn Fenestration.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
No.
so,
But you got to make the joke
I
anyway.
did. Yeah.
Hooray.
Also not happening. Anything else?
And then that's
You
kind
are
of I mean, Paul Feig is in this too.
He is.
I mean,
it's his
you know,
motion picture debut.
I mean, but other than that, it's like you're not a lot of like, oh hey, you. I mean, there's some other like that.
There are
people.
familiar faces of that guy's where you're just like, oh, right.
The Dean has done a lot of work.
Yes.
And a lot of voice work, actually, as well.
Yeah.
But your basic plot of the movie is this is a boarding school of some kind. It has been boys only. This is the first year that they're going co-ed and ladies are joining them.
And you see what happens?
When you find a stranger in the Alps.
I'm
what?
just saying.
Oh.
You let ladies do stuff and it destroys your entire creepy zombie plan.
Sure. Or ladies fix the problem. You could look at it that way.
I am, but I'm just telling the zombies out there. This is a
Sure.
cautionary tale.
I mean, yes.
I'm not on the side of the
Not all
zombies.
zombies.
I'm just
I
being
mean,
internet
but-
person.
Right. Yes. But yeah, so they are showing up, and long story short, that
They
this
are
movie,
showing up.
the long story short, this movie doesn't bother to do. For years, the headmaster and all the teachers have been practicing some sort of Native American hoodoo voodoo bullshit thing of
An
prolonging
Indian
life.
doctor
Yeah.
taught them how to live forever, and it's
Sure.
basically you steal the juice.
That's
of
true. They did
people
say
and-
Indian doctor. They could have meant they not necessarily meant Native American, but given how lazy this movie is, I doubt these people traveled.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This guy was.
No, it was definitely implied Native American because
He was-
Well, no,
he was
no.
a-
I was trying to think
he
of
was in the
something.
cavalry.
Well, I mean, in Indian doctors make more
It's
sense
probably
for
a
it to be
Confederate
from,
cavalry.
from actual India because they have been doctors for
Yeah.
millennia. But
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, my point is like that they then make a callous joke about we could just murder all we wanted and it didn't matter because we could have all this
Right.
subjects we wanted. So yes, great casual racism. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's your basic plot. Is like they've done this and they've been slowly but surely sucking the Vita juices from the kids and replacing part of their brain that they take this olfactory thing from and with a crystal,
Mhm.
and then they're able to pump soothing, smooth jazz, classical music into their brains, and they become docile.
They become
know.
Republicans.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this movie is just it's a fucking metaphor. That's all it is just.
Correct, because there are no zombies or high school.
I mean, it's like an early Pleasantville, really, where it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you know,
Stepford Wives.
without any kind of sex or violence or any, joy in your life, you just become an automaton and you just
Phenomena?
a baton.
I can't say that.
Nope.
Homunculus? Yeah.
Nope.
All the fun words are hard to say.
But I mean, that's all. Like, it took us a while. It took about 45 minutes, and then we were like, you know what, guys? I don't think this is going to be a zombie movie. Because honestly, for the first 45 minutes, except for one or two scenes, it is just a high school movie.
Well, not only that. All right, so that's your basic plot, and then of course, so one of the teachers that falls in love with Virginia Madsen's character is again the missing B plot of her being the Mina Harker. You're my one true, resurrection of my one true love or whatever.
He has an old timey
Yeah.
photo
with her,
of him and her.
right? But that
Never comes up.
Materializes.
She never sees it,
But-
and it never comes up.
But he's basically just like when she arrives, he's like mine. I call dibs. We're not doing the crystal method to her. We're just gonna I'm gonna court her.
Just get busy, child.
Yeah.
Do not get busy with a job.
That is the
well. He
episode
was
title.
trying to get busy with the child. Yes.
That is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. But so he's just like dibs mine, and everyone else is like, all right, fine, whatever, Philo. You're always a good guy.
Well,
when your
because
name's
all the
Philo.
other dudes at this place are lobotomized. No one's seen. Paul Feig is the only one interested
Mhm.
in her. He's interested in anyone who moves. Basically, he's constantly trying to hit on anyone.
Yeah.
Failing,
But then it's
but in
just
an amusing way. He's
so
fine. I
anyway,
like him in
that's
this.
your basic plot. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they slowly one by one, keep plucking the smells like Teen Spirit kids out of the group, and giving them the crystal lobotomy thing.
Yes.
So because there's one Johnny spiky hair kid whose dad ships him off to boarding school, and he's like, "Fuck you, Dad," and then they
Doesn't ship him off to boarding
Yeah.
school. Throws him out of the fucking car
Well,
and stay out.
the funny thing is, like, the way they filmed it, you could see that the guy just jumped out of the car. You
Yes.
could see him, like, reach for the door and prep himself and then launch himself out of the car.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the father scoots over and is like, ah, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And his mother is like, oh, my God. I'm gonna-"
Yeah, but anyway, so he gets stopped and is like one of the first ones that gets turned. I mean, actually, they turn the country girl first, but then she disappears and it's not seen
You
until
rarely
after.
see her
Yeah.
again, but
But-
there's a big sequence of
Yeah.
them.
There's a dumb thing of like one girl's just like, "Oh hey y'all, why is there ain't good music on here? I need my Tex Ritter or something." I
No,
don't.
she doesn't say that.
Oh.
Sherilyn Fenn says it to her in a mocking way, like everyone in the '80s was making mocking Tex Ritter references,
again, I don't know who that is. So
like a '40s cowboy.
I mean, Hank Williams. If they said like that or something, I
Sure.
would have like.
It's just such a strange.
I mean, at least it
reference.
would
This was
transcend
in,
time.
this was
too,
in
you know.
between the Williamses, I think. I don't know if Hank Williams had gotten super popular
Yeah.
again.
The
We certainly
original
didn't. Junior.
one.
We certainly didn't have Hank 3 yet.
Well, no, but I mean,
There
like,
weren't enough drugs for Hank 3 to exist yet.
not yet.
but I mean, Hank Williams would be a fairly well and whatever doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like of an ancient
Yes,
aged
Hank Williams is a
persons-
better reference
yes.
than Tex Ritter.
At least like the average person would be like, oh, that's an old country person. Ha.
But I'll say this: that reference is the least of this movie's problems.
Sure. Okay, so all that's happening, and you know, people are getting one by one Pleasantville or Village of the Damned or whatever picked out and turned into these little zombie things. The main problem with this movie is that it's a high school jitterbuppy comedy where everyone's trying to fuck each other with, you know, no nudity. Not, you know, I'm not saying it's like. I'm just saying, like, there are
There's
times.
no actual fucking, in fact.
No, I mean, like, there are times in this movie, it's like, maybe you're here because Sherilyn Finn's going to show you her titties, and then it's like, nah, that's not why this movie exists at all. And then I'm just saying, like, so
She does unzip.
right, but
And
then it's
Paul
like,
Feig comes into
but
the
then
room, ruins everything.
yeah, he like a lot of things with ladies, he tends
Come
to
on.
ruin them. But the main thing that this movie is doing is just having people have what is supposed to be comedic banter. However, the soundtrack is never shuts the fuck up.
No, it does not.
Like, ever. Like, to the point that, like, I think for the first time ever, we were like, we're turning the subtitles on, right? Like, because we fucked with the sound as much as we could.
For
but-
an English language movie, this was
Yeah.
the first time we turned the subtitles
yeah,
on.
because it was just, like, the music is at the same level as all of the dialogue, constantly.
It is a strange mix that we were never able to sort out
No.
technically properly.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we had to turn the subtitles on because music and dialogue is all at the same level on the same channel. And
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, like, if you didn't know, like, that kind of makes watching anything a little difficult because, you know, this incessant cacophony of noise all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, the good thing about it is that we were able to realize fairly early on that none of it mattered because the movie wasn't doing jack shit.
Yeah.
And then it almost became entertaining because the subtitles are often more descriptive than they need to be.
Sure.
And so that brought a level of enjoyment to something that otherwise I think we would have just been very angry about.
Well, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, any resurrection of this movie is notable in that it even exists. But I mean, your only subtitle option is English
On.
English SDH, like
Yeah.
with all of the full captioning on.
Yes.
So I mean, it's
Dog barking.
well, it's a little silly because like there are cues in the movie that are clearly just. Most of this movie is also mic'd from the camera. Like, I don't know if it was like shot on video, but I mean it was like wherever the camera was is where the mic was.
Yeah,
Yes.
the mic did
Yeah.
not seem to be.
It was not positional
No,
ever. It was
Didn't
always
feel like it.
Everything that happened in the
Yeah.
room happened directly into the microphone
Right.
and into your ears.
yeah. So I'm like saying it doesn't have the shot on video feel, but it has the just like, well, we just set up a parabolic mic behind the camera and it's just picking up everything.
Yeah.
So I'm saying there are a lot of cues where it's like there's a dog barking in the background because that's what was fucking happening. The subtitles and the hard of hearing folks don't give a shit. It doesn't mean anything that the dog is barking. So it's like it becomes funny on that level because it's like you're subtitling parts of the movie that are just shitty filmmaking. Like, you know,
Right.
like subtitling airplane flies overhead and they didn't break.
Yeah.
You know.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So here's like the first hour of the movie. Virginia Madsen goes to this school. She has a boyfriend. When she gets dropped off by her boyfriend, she looks at Dr. Philo, who's the professor. She just looks at him, and the boyfriend's like, "Oh, I see how it is." And so that becomes his jealousy run of, "You're probably fucking that guy, aren't you?"
Also, I mean, I don't know if times were different or whatever, but
Probably were.
would this guy have been considered hot to a young lady in
Yeah.
1987?
Which guy?
The
Yeah.
professor guy.
yeah.
He's just
Yeah, kind of.
really.
Yeah.
He has that like
He looks like
He's got a
Mr.
little bit of
Brady.
that, like,
Especially in the 80s. Yeah.
I'm just
Paul
saying,
Reiser, but with like
really.
without curly hair. Like when Paul Reiser was young, was really handsome.
Yeah.
No.
This guy would have
Yeah, he would have fucking slayed.
melted some jeans.
Okay. All right. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I guess, you know, via the fact that I have my future understanding that Robert Reed wouldn't have been interested in you anyway, but also, like, why would you have been interested in Robert Reed? It's like, you know, like,
It's not a Robert Reed
I'm
thing.
just saying, like, I see someone like that, and I'm like, yeah, like, it would be okay if the ladies didn't find him sexy because he didn't find them sexy.
Well, to be fair, like, really, Virginia Madsen is like, he's kind of interesting. And then Sherilyn Fenn's like, yeah, if you don't want him, I'm going to jump him. But she's like that about anybody. She's just like, I wish someone would talk to me so I could jump them.
Anybody except for Paul.
Yes.
Poor Paul.
But then Virginia Madsen is invited to the professor's apartment.
Okay, it's not just an invite. He slips a note into her textbook
Yeah.
that he gives to her in the middle of class.
Right.
Like,
And it basically says, like, I
Bro.
need to see you immediately.
Heart
Yes.
with the signs of just P.
Yeah. She goes to his apartment.
it's also
and
how I sign my documents.
Yeah.
Just P.
he's got one of those giant pin things that you could just press yourself against and make an impression.
You know, like from Spencer's.
Right.
But huge.
But this is a full size, like
I-
it's a full size mirror, but it's actually a pin thing. It's a little weird to have in your apartment, but
It's cool as shit, honestly. The rest of that apartment looks like an 80s music video nightmare.
Yes.
But that thing is cool as
I'm
fuck.
surprised one never broke out. And when he breaks the mirror later, I was like, oh, here we go. 80s
Yeah.
music video.
Turn
He's gonna turn into take on me here.
Yeah.
So she goes over to his apartment and he's like, hey, let's make out. And she's like, sure. And then she's like, oh no. And then from that point on, she's like, you're my teacher. This is gross. No, thank you. That's the plot for
Except
the first
he keeps
like
showing up, like she's swimming after hours in the swimming pool, like the gym swimming pool or whatever.
Yes.
He just shows up and is all creepy, and she's like, "You need to go now."
right.
Yeah, but something like anyway. Yeah.
But long story short, he's the guy who's kind of in charge of the university's whole program, which is basically lobotomize the students, put a crystal in them, turn them into Republicans, and then, drink their juice.
The whole plot becomes apparent because they try to do this to Paul Feig, and he's a hemophiliac, so he bleeds out, and then she sneaks in, or she was looking for him because she's friends with him
Right.
anyway.
And she hears them talking about something. They knew he was at the infirmary. She goes over there, hears them talking about something, sneaks in there, finds his dead body, makes a whole bunch of fucking noise, then sneaks into the wine cellar where all the juice is, and I don't know. It's just
Also, it's weird because they say that like Paul Feig didn't work. They couldn't make it work, but
Yeah.
she finds a bottle with his name on it.
It's his dad.
Is it?
I think.
Well,
No,
also,
it said
no,
87.
It said 87. Yeah.
That's
I
how.
think
That's how
I
in
think-
2022 my brain is. I was like, oh, 87. That was like 30 years ago.
I
so
think
it
what
must
they
be his
meant
dad.
was it didn't work because he died, and therefore the successful resurrection of him as a zombie didn't work. But
so
they still got the juice. They still got that stuff.
That makes sense.
And my first problem with this, and I have a lot of problems with this, but my first problem with this is that they just seem to be on this course of let's snatch one kid every 8 days, and all that does is leave the other people who haven't been converted yet to go, hey, what the fuck is going on? Like, where's that person? How come that person is now a weirdo Republican? Like, it just leads to people investigating and doing stuff. Like, why don't you have an initiation? Like, we need to check you for head lice. Please step behind this curtain.
sort of like, why would you invite Nicolas Cage to the Wicker Man Island to be sacrificed when he's the one guy who might undo your plan?
Yes,
like-
and I mean that's.
I mean, they do kept him in the end, but I'm saying like,
well,
it's like,
that trope is a
Spoiler
little
alert.
different. This is. I mean, I don't think Virginia Madsen ended up there because she was the one. She just happened to stumble into this dumb thing, and it is dumb because of what I just described, because of the way they're doing it.
except that if she was lured there, maybe she was given. I mean, you could go further with the plot that what's his face gave her the scholarship to the school because
Maybe.
she was
The chosen one.
whatever
I don't know.
resurrection thing of her.
Yeah, that's
I'm
part of the
saying
cut
it's-
plot.
But I'm not getting into this movie's
that was actually never
headcanon.
written.
Fuck off. So,
I think in real life it works. One person disappears at a time. Yeah, I think in real life it totally works. Movie world, it doesn't work
but
because
they're not
we know.
disappearing. They're coming back the next day and wearing a tie, and it's like, what happened to you? You said fuck the fascists, and
At this kind of academy, in real life, it works
And-
because we don't end up with a Virginia Madsen who questions things.
I know.
Or a Brad or
yeah.
whatever his name was, Carl.
However,
Barry. Thank you.
also, I don't quite understand the point of continuing to educate these zombie people. Like, they're not doing or learn. Like, they have a dance late in the film.
That I don't get, and that's
It's the
It-
best
because
bit of
at that-
comedy in the movie. But
Yeah.
It is, but it's
at that point, like everybody's been zombified. That's going to get zombified for
Yeah.
the most part, or crystal methoded. They're all crystal method men. So yes, that I don't understand. I don't understand why they're just still a dance.
Oh, they should have protected their necks.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah.
set them up, you knock them down. There's no reason for the dance, but the education, like they can't just. They never established that they've been able to make them just magically learn stuff. So they still have to educate them so that they can go to school later, they can go to college, and then
Okay,
be
but
senators and everything. That's the whole. That's part of the whole plot is spreading these people out through.
that poses this question: does this process change anything about your level of intelligence? Can you still be a dumb guy?
You said they.
I'm
Do I say it? It's turning them into Republicans, so obviously it makes them fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but like someone who can't learn, like they're learning like Latin.
They're basically saying this like Spockifies them. It takes out all their emotion and their guilt and all that
Spockifies
stuff.
But they still have levels of intelligence. Like maybe I will be super smart, or maybe I will just be politician smart. Or,
Obviously, because there's some. I mean, there's some that are just cops.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
yes.
they also imply that the current president is
That
one
they
of their,
didn't imply. They directly
Oh
showed
yeah,
us.
they showed him at the end
Yeah, and they also said like judges and Supreme Court and even the Oval Office.
Yes.
I'm trying to be Christopher Lee.
before they sang the "Seize the Day" song.
Yes. So
Yeah.
there's. I assume there are levels of smart, but you have to be smart
Okay.
to get into the thing anyway.
Fair enough.
Because like the Fellner dude that eventually got,
Mm-hmm.
he was smart. He just didn't want to fucking be there.
Yes.
So everybody
the
there is
answer.
everybody there is smart to begin with. Then they get Crystal Method Man.
It just takes out all of their.
I feel like I feel like I
Emotions.
should probably stop at least once an episode and apologize for the level of reference layers that I've created upon, or helped
You've
build
never
upon.
apologized before.
I know. I
Too
just
late.
I just feel like I was just listening to some of the words and I'm like, it makes perfect sense to me. That I was like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about everybody else. The crystal method might be a little lost to time to some people.
There are some
The right
no.
people.
I mean, I know crystal meth is still a thing, but
We
so,
know
you
our demographic. It's our age, white dudes, and we all
Sure.
love the Crystal Method.
I suppose. Yes.
So
I mean, I
true.
threw in a Josie and the Pussycats reference somewhere in there with the smells like Teen Spirit people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know it's a Nirvana, but it's yes, that's what they called the nonconformists in that movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, Christ, that's it. Really, it just Virginia Madsen finds out what's going on, and
then they're like,
she tells
Crystal
the cops,
or-
and the cops are like, "Haha, we are also from there." And she's like,
Okay.
"Oh no."
she gets menaced for a moment.
One thing I love in that particular
Yeah.
scene is one of the detectives. He says 4 times, "That's the craziest shit I've ever heard."
Yeah.
Does
Craziest damn thing I ever heard.
Yeah, craziest damn thing I've ever heard. And he says it exactly the same way 4 times.
Yeah.
Should have been 3 because rule of threes, but
but you were delighted when the fourth one.
when the 4th one came,
Well, it was
yeah,
a little off camera. I think that's why it worked breaking the rule of threes because it was
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it was sort of
Yeah.
Dopplered away.
Yeah.
He was like in the hallway. They were having a discussion in the hallway, and we were focused on Virginia Madsen. It's just kind of in the background,
Mm-hmm.
so it was good. I just
Yeah, but she looks up and sees the sheriff or whatever graduated from
Ettinger Academy.
yeah
Yeah.
Edigan.
The Ettinger Academy of Ettinger Academies.
Yeah. It leads to a car chase,
It does, which
Where-
ends with a fucking explosion.
which someone dies at the end of, an innocent car.
We don't know that they died.
That car exploded. That person died.
Just because a car explodes doesn't mean they had to die.
Also, Virginia Madsen should be dead because that
True.
car totally fucked up.
That car ramped and flipped.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
but
really surprised to have a car chase stunt in this movie.
yeah, but that's just they pull her out of that and basically are like, haha, we have you now. We're going to give you the procedure.
Tomorrow.
give you the-
Well,
We're gonna
Dr. Philo
I
shows up and he's
know.
like, the procedure's been changed until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Because I want to fuck this 16-year-old.
Like what? So I've mentioned like there are several things that this movie does that are like the worst. I mean, in terms of like the sound mixing, and all that happening on top of of itself. The other thing this movie does that is pretty much my biggest pet peeve. I think I've said it multiple times, is when it's like, no, talk. Because there's just like, she has just been like, she is literally strapped to a table about to be cut into, and at the last second this guy shows up and is like, no, we're gonna wait till tomorrow. It dismisses everybody, and he's like, all right, I need you to go and meet me here at 7:00. Don't ask any questions. It's like, no, I have a few questions. I have a couple of follow-ups. What am I supposed to do until whatever time?
Where am I? I can't go back to my dorm room.
Right. Yeah. It's like, there are several points in this movie where like people just intentionally don't say something to the point that it's infuriating.
Yeah.
And to the point that, like, even earlier in the movie, like, Paul Feig is just trying to talk to like Cheryl and Finn and just like asking her basic questions, and she's just completely ignoring him.
Yeah.
It's just like
I know. I was like, would you answer him? Just in any way?
Yeah, at least, I mean,
he's going to keep asking things.
Just throw a fuck off, or like,
just turn around and stare at him. Something.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes.
I think he was improvising, and they didn't know what to do.
Sure, perhaps.
So, but yeah, that he just tells her, go to my apartment. There's a tape you need to get there, and then you need to take it to the clock tower and play it, because the music that's constantly playing on campus, this classical music, is what keeps everybody in check. And I've got a tape in my apartment that will destroy it all.
He seems that way. I think he says it's going to undo it all, which I thought was like, oh, okay, so
That's
snap everybody out of this.
Just the classical music.
No,
backwards
it does the Kingsman.
No. She doesn't have that tape.
Okay, well, I mean,
she loses that tape. He could have meant, I have a thing that will undo it all and will revert everybody back.
Perhaps,
but that's not what happens.
No, they get the Kingsman ending. Like, they play some random not Beastie Boys Fight for Your Right.
Barry just happens to carry around a boss tape of his hot tunes in his pocket, and he's like, this is gonna blow their ass out. Check this, and plays it. Do we want to talk about the last thing that happens? Are we there?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, why not? Like I said,
there's a bunch of just dumb, like the old people, get tricked and they all die because they didn't have the juice.
Oh yeah.
On
So the
time,
juice, you have to be injected with the juice every morning.
Right.
And so they do it at like 6 a.m. or whatever.
They've tied up the professor, and they're like, haha, you're not getting your juice. We will watch you die. And then he's like, haha, I switched your juice. You will also die.
That's gin and juice.
Oh.
6 a.m.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So that's different.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, everybody in this just fucking melts, basically, in dime store Halloween masks and other dumb bullshit. Virginia Madsen gets kidnapped again, and the dean is like, haha, I have my own supply, which I've been getting high on.
Never get high on your own supply, man.
And she's like, fuck you, punch and stuff, and I don't know, hits him with a bone saw.
No, what's Barry shows
that's
back
right.
up.
This is when she's been told Barry's been taken.
Yeah.
Barry's been juiced.
And we've seen Cheryl and Finn got juiced, like at the end, because she asked her basically thing is like, you do Shaun of the Dead, like pretend you've been crystal methoded and just act like everyone else.
And
so,
she's terrible at it. Oh my god,
she can't stop fucking smiling for a bunch of people that are, and like, okay, there's two thoughtful. It's like, A, you shouldn't be smiling based on what has happened to you. Like, it should be very easy to contain a smile based on what has just happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then B, like, you should be able to contain a smile because you know everyone's been fucking Vulcan-fied. So, hold it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene bothered me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
like, hey, how you doing? It's a great night. Anyway,
isn't it cool being crystal method?
Anyway, gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry about our Barry's dead, huh? Well, that's too bad. Anyway.
Yeah, but Barry's not dead because he bone saws the old guy in the head.
He does, yeah.
I mean, with a bone saw, not like bone
he doesn't
saws
come
ready.
down off the top rope.
Oh yeah, spider. No, not that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, but there's like a throwaway line, like, "Oh, the professor let me go" or whatever. So that's why he's still alive.
Yeah, and they run in to see him shrivel up one last time and turn into the Six Flags guy.
Oh, he just starts speechifying about how...
Actually, he turns into the he chose poorly guy at the end of Last Crusade.
It's that. Yeah. It's a little bit of Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China. It's just any old mask that you can think of. It's that. I think I had this mask when I was like 13 on Halloween, basically.
That's weird. You have it now too.
Oh. Oh, that's a good reaction. Yeah. So they have to run around, and there are angry, lobotomized teenagers want to fight them,
Briefly.
Yeah, and then it's just like, whatever, and they get up to the room where the tapes are, and she's like, I lost the tape. And he's like, don't worry, I got, fucking Freedom Rock, man, and let's put that in. And
It's a song called Kiss My Butt.
they put this tape in, and it just murders everyone who's been lobotomized around the whole fucking country.
Yep. Including POTUS and all the cops in the station where they were and everyone else.
Yeah, and so I was mostly indifferent towards this thing, even though it sucks as what it should have been as a horror movie. But man, this shit pissed me off because it's fucking dumb. This doesn't make any fucking sense because their whole plan for a century has been do this to people, send them out into positions of power, and they'll be fine. And you're telling me that no one in that entire 100-plus year history has ever heard anything but classical music in the world? Like they never got on a bus? Fuck you!
Or they never
excuse me,
heard the music in
Mr.
Walgreens?
Heya, I believe it was.
No.
One song.
I can excuse not hearing one song. I have heard millions of loud, annoying songs.
I don't think that's true.
It's true.
I know for a fact that Chuck is lying about this.
Yeah,
I
think
don't have
that's
I don't have
hyperbolic.
evidence. I just know it.
I don't think there's
in
a
my heart
million
as a fact.
songs that
But
exist.
anyway, oh yeah, there are totally a million songs that exist.
There are now.
No, there's only 8 notes. So, anyway, all right.
Yeah, but like 750,000 of those songs are the same, so it's fine.
Well, yeah.
Look, you'd be surprised how many songs I've heard listening for outro music for videos and such.
But like to never have been in a Walgreens and heard like "Rock Me Amadeus" or something.
Right. No one ever walked
that would
by with a boombox.
Yeah, that
in
would
the
explode
80s.
your brain. So I can see where there's a giant hole for like a minute of this station broadcasts these somehow, right? This, transmitting station. But they don't go over any of that shit. There's a bunch of computers in that room.
Yeah.
But they don't even try to imply
That's
that they're
like tuned
broadcasting
to the
it,
frequency of the
tuned,
crystal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I mean,
They could have a big fucking crystal in the middle of that room and go, this is the crystal that keeps everybody in control. Then they run in and
They
play,
all vibrate at the same frequency.
I mean,
yeah, they play fucking Sledgehammer and go to town. Peter Cetera makes money. We all have a good time.
or Gabriel, but yeah.
Peter Gabriel, yeah, sorry.
Cetera is, I would fight for your
Glory of love.
Yeah.
I am the man who will fight
Yeah.
for your honor.
That's
All those
I was
80s
gonna say we
Peters.
just got
I
flagged.
just
Yeah.
hit 'em all.
Right, I'm sure we did because that was
80s
so
Peters.
accurate. Yeah, 80s
Yeah.
Peters. No,
Could also be an episode title.
I will buy it because like there is only one scene, and again, it's not like they go into the hows or the whys or the whats, but they do have this, UNIVAC room or whatever where like all of these.
Those tape machines were made by
Unisys,
Unisys.
I know.
Thank you very much.
I meant UNIVAC in terms of the actual like old
I know.
ass computer, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's like, I told you not to bring coffee in this very important room or something like that. But it's just like, I get that, like, this is the room and this is the tape that is controlling everybody that has ever been crystal methoded that has come through this school. And I get, like, because you said, oh, at some point you were like, oh, this is the skulls. And it's like, yes, this absolutely is the skulls. I mean, they were clearly talking about they even talk about, like, getting tapped and things like that, about, like, getting into, like, secret societies and
Right.
blah, blah, blahs and the, Illuminati bullshit that supposedly everyone believes rules the world and all that stuff. So
Yep.
Oh, that's also that. Oh man, that even makes it easier. Like when you get tapped,
right.
you get to join the group, so you have to dress like everybody else
Right.
because you're part of the group. See, that makes
Yeah.
the one by one more palatable.
Uh-huh. It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
No.
It's just like The Social Network.
Is it?
Yes. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't like Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, that's good because he plays Mark Zuckerberg, so it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
It's just like how when he played Lex Luthor. It's like,
It's like, yeah.
yeah, fuck you. Anyway, but yes, I mean, like I said, I would buy that. Like, this is the control. If they'd taken like half a second more and said like, this is the control center that controls it all. Like,
Sure.
Here's the thing. There are 3 things in this film that make the events of this film important, and they don't bother to we're doing all the work for this movie.
Sure.
They don't explain the professor's obsession with this girl. They don't explain why the professor has this tape that will destroy everything, and they don't explain how the tape will destroy everything. We all made that up on our own, coming up with headcanon for fucking Zombie High.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
no,
Sure.
bad movie.
It is a bad movie.
It is.
Doesn't stay away.
Stay away.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying there are little tiny things in the script that lead you there. They just don't get you all the way there. Because I mean, there is a scene where there is
They lead you to the neighborhood,
They
and then
get-
you got to find the house yourself.
right. I mean, I'm saying like there is quarrel between Philo and the headmaster guy, because like he's basically like, we can take your shit away and you just fucking die. And he's like, oh, it's like that. So there is precedent for like him having made a oh yeah, well fuck you tape, like the undo
Right.
button,
Sure.
it's the kind of thing.
Sure.
But also he's like 40 years younger than every other one of the people that is like living immortally.
Yeah, he got juiced early.
Yeah. That's the thing, and you said that while we were watching it, or one of you did.
It was me.
Okay, I'm always I never attribute it right every week. Yeah, some of these dudes signed up like when they were 80. Like, the eternal juice of life. It's like, man, if I'm 80 and I have to be 80 for the rest of my life, no thank you.
It seems to be that it's implied that it gives you a bit more oomph too, because like the two cocoon dudes come and like take Philo down fairly easily. Like two old ass dudes
maybe,
grab
but
him and
still.
like set him down, and like
Right.
you're not going anywhere. So I mean, I'm just saying like it would imply
It
as-
rejuvenates you on
Yes.
the
Yeah,
inside,
yeah,
even
yeah.
though you still look like a 70-year-old Dunkin' Donuts man.
precisely. Yeah.
I would still I wouldn't take that juice unless it made me look like young me. So
Yeah, I mean the dream scenario is that whatever you take returns you to the best year of your life, and
Yeah.
then you stay like that.
25.
Yeah.
Best shape of my
It's like
life.
if you get Dracula,
Full head of hair.
you wanna like, okay, now I'm 30.
Right. You want to get Dracula
Forever.
early.
Yeah, like don't Dracula me now. Like fuck this. I don't want to be this guy forever.
No.
No, thank you. I don't want to maintain this.
Is it bad that I can't think of a single point in time that I would have wanted to be Dracula? Like it never happened for me.
Well, I
I'm
mean-
not trying to sound that like, ooh, poor me. I'm just like, nope.
I mean, if
I'm
you're
like-
cool with not being Dracula, that's
Well,
one thing.
that's
but
probably the biggest thing. Yeah, I mean, I have no wish to prolong any of this bullshit out any further.
Well, okay. Wait. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to live through the heat death of the earth
No.
or whatever comes before it.
right. Like
Maybe the flooding will cool it down.
there's a world in which I could get Dracula and be okay, but like here's the thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're already like rich or your Dracula progenitor is going to like bring you into his hundreds of millennia of wealth or whatever, you're going to be a fucking broke ass Dracula.
Wait, why is that?
Well, yeah,
'Cause
that's
how are you going to get
Dracula's not going to leave you be.
how are you going to get a job?
He's going to put you to work.
Why would you need a job? You just like beguile
You
people.
need money.
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
yeah.
I guess you beguile
I mean,
people.
man.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking of those
Yeah,
particular
like,
yeah.
Dracula rules. I
I
was
mean,
thinking about like
Ooh.
I'm just saying, like, hey, rich old lady who's about to die, like, hey, why don't you put me into your will? You know,
I completely forgot about
The
about
beguiling.
the beguiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of it as just living forever, and then I'm like, if somebody gave me live forever juice, I don't fucking want it
Well,
because I'm going to be
apparently-
broke forever and hungry forever.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
Because it's going to be
outlive
that
the universe.
cautionary tale monkey's paw bullshit of, haha, you are broke forever. It's like,
apparently,
fuck
I'm going to
you.
get Dracula and want to do inheritance fraud.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
people
what's
do that all the time
Estate claims.
while
yeah,
not
just like,
being Dracula.
Yeah.
It's like 9 years old.
yeah. I mean,
Who
like
gets
if
the will?
mere mortals do it every day. Why not?
Ah, yes.
Why not do it after you get Dracula? I would like to get Blackula.
Of course, I think we all stated that we would like to get Blackula.
Yeah, I would work for Blackula.
Would that be racist though? Like, no? I mean, like, if you got Blackula, would it be like immortal blackface? I mean,
No. You just
Oh.
get like
You
you don't turn into a.
You don't become William Marshall.
Then
you're just
why-
you. You just are in his servitude.
Didn't a white guy get Blackula and
Yes.
scream Blackula scream?
Yes,
yeah.
he did not turn into a black guy.
Oh, okay.
He just got Blackula, yeah.
Then I guess I'm confused as to the advantages. Like, it seems to like
Because you get Blackula by
Yeah.
like Blackula.
And I mean,
That's
technically,
prestige, yeah.
Blackula got Dracula by Dracula.
True.
So
He got
You're
Blackulaed by Dracula
So it's-
somehow.
So you're trying to get like a more pure Dracula experience by getting Blackula?
No.
Just a better one.
I don't want to work for Dracula. I want to work for
Oh,
Blackula.
right.
So if
Oh, I
Blackula
see.
bit me, I'd be like, all right, man, let's go to work.
I
Let's
know
do
I'm,
it. Sure,
I'm
let's
not
do
on
it
board
here.
with
It's
either
fun.
version if it involves the transformation that I get more hairy, because that is not my problem. And Blackula certainly got more hairy.
Sure, but only when he
It's not going to
Blackulaed
matter
out.
to you, though.
It's not?
No, why would it matter?
I don't know.
You don't have to shave.
Oh,
Like, you're fucking Dracula, or you're a Blackula.
okay. Again, I'm not sure I'd ever be comfortable calling myself a Blackula. it feels wrong on some
No.
fundamental level.
I mean, you can't just call yourself a Blackula if you're a white person
Would
that's
I be
been
like-
Draculaed.
Would I be like an ally of Blackula? Is that what?
Yes. I'm going to say this. Please don't hate me. Wear a Blackula Lives Matter T-shirt.
Okay. All right.
God, I want a Blackula Lives Matter T-shirt.
I
I don't know if it's in good or bad taste,
I
but
guarantee you it exists. Go to Etsy.com right now.
Wait, should it be like Unlife's Matter or something like? I don't know. Like, there's got to be like some undead version.
Blackula's undead
Yeah,
matter.
I mean, it wouldn't be deaths because that sounds bad. That sounds like directly like you're trying to say something bad. I'm
Yes.
just saying like Unlife's is a little funnier.
Yeah. My point was simply that
Oh, okay, fine.
that getting Blackulaed also means you got Draculaed, but once removed. So it's not legally binding in the world of the Draculas.
well, you serve whoever Draculizes you.
Right. And if that's Blackula, then
Then you're
so be
Blackulaed,
it.
right?
Yeah. So,
You know what? There's
all right.
one result for Blackula Lives Matter, and it's from a Know Your Memes page or Know Your Meme page.
Yeah. Get it out there.
We got to start making Blackula Lives Matter T-shirts.
Design that shirt now. Everyone on the live stream, we mailed this podcast to ourselves already, so
Right.
you're not.
I'm gonna put myself on the outside of the envelope if that's okay.
Fine.
I'm not sure I'm okay with this one.
No, we're gonna make some sweet cash. I think it's okay.
There's
If someone says it's not, we'll
there's
stop.
there's
but
a little voice
I
in
don't
my
know.
head that's saying,
I think for Spooky Month, it's okay.
Mine too.
All
I'm
right,
not
all
sure.
right, all
I'm
right.
not sure that white guys selling Blackula
yeah,
Lives Matter shirts.
Yeah. I'm
is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a little voice, to be
I'm
honest
not
with
saying
you.
that
It's kind of a choir.
I'm not saying that I want to profit from it.
All right.
I just think that it would be. I just think that
Okay.
that's possibly a cool thing. I don't know.
All right.
Write into BMF at BMFcast.com and tell us what you think about a Blackula Lives Matter T-shirt.
I mean, fine, put it out there. If it is ours to give you, please. But I mean, like, I don't want to
Make your own Blackula Lives Matter
Yes.
T-shirt. For all I care. Just-
Right. The deal is though that you have to send one to us.
Okay.
And you got to send a donation to
Somebody.
NAACP.
Sure. A good thing. Send it.
What's the Freedom Foundation? Is that what it's called? The Innocence Project. To do that, I like that.
The Innocence Project.
Yeah,
Good.
Support the Innocence Project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that.
It was
Or
like
the
Freedom
United Negro
Foundation.
College Fund.
Sure. Man, we got off topic. Holy shit.
Everything we've said off topic is more interesting than the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are a couple things that I really actually do like about this movie, like Paul Feig.
Yes.
I think his character is hilarious. His mannerisms are weird, and he is playing his part a little too hard, but it works. Because he looks like a fucking nerdy McNerderson, you know, but he's not like, his delivery is good.
Yeah. He's totally fine.
He's the nerdy guy who has confidence. That's a difference.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not that like hello, hi, would you like to? You know, he's just like, hey, ladies, hey.
Yeah.
yeah. He's just the super confident dorky guy of, you know. Yes, he's the one of the high points of the movie. Like if the two ladies were not there, who I enjoy, I would say he's the best thing in the movie. But Sherilyn Fenn is the best thing in the movie because she's in the movie. And I can't give Paul all the credit because he interrupts her taking her shirt off.
Fair.
She is like, time to unzip, and he's like, hello, and she's like, zip back up, and then she leaves the room, and you're like, God damn it. So, I mean, I've already seen that, but let's see.
Is it time to rate it?
Yeah.
We got to the end of the movie right before we went on the Blackula.
Oh yeah, everyone's heads explode, including Ronald Reagan.
Cool.
The end. Kiss My Ass. or
Kiss My Butt.
Kiss My Butt, yeah.
That's the song at the end of the movie.
We're not kidding. It's called Kiss My Butt.
Yeah, then
Okay.
and then it has a chorus that goes, but.
Yeah. It's like, yes. Before we rate it, we should just talk about the dance scene because it is the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
It doesn't make a lick of sense because everyone in there has been zombied.
It doesn't make any sense because who booked the band?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
The dean would then walk in and be offended by.
Oh yeah, super
Wasn't
offended.
Sherilyn Fenn on? Didn't she say she was on the dance committee or something?
Maybe.
She might have said something.
She
about
wasn't
that.
zombie. She wasn't crystal methoded yet because she and Barry go in non-zombified
Right.
and like realize that
She might have been on the dance committee,
Okay.
and if so, I mean, I didn't pay a whole lot of
Yeah.
attention, but if she was on the dance committee, then that explains why
they booked Tease.
they booked Tease, and Tease was fucking awesome. Tease is up there. It's 5 black dudes, and they're playing lights out. They're just fucking awesome. They have synchronized dances.
They're a B tier Morse Day in the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Which is still pretty fucking good.
Sure,
like, 'cause-
absolutely. Like I would, if Tease was here right now, I'd be like Tease.
Yeah.
But they are playing and dancing and noticing that the white people are just rhythmically dancing in a circle.
like all at the same time.
Yes.
Like I mean, standard like dance pose.
Yes.
Hands on the hips, hands on the shoulders.
Right.
But then just rocking.
Yes.
Like the guy and the girl rocking simultaneously in the same circular motion, like all clockwise.
Despite the tempo of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm trying to paint the picture. Like
Yeah.
they're like standard dance pose.
But like the lead singer is like,
uh,
what the fuck is up with these white people?
Yeah.
But then the funniest thing is that there's 3 dudes who don't have dates that are just solo dancing in the corner, like all doing the same dance but by themselves and also
Yes.
still turning.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes.
It's really hilarious.
Yeah.
And at one point, the Kipper, I guess, is the lead guy from Tease. He's like, "All right, we're gonna kick it up a notch with Body Heat." I think it was Body Heat.
it
And-
was because Body Heat by Tease was still playing
Yeah.
according to the subtitles.
Yeah.
Body Heat by Tease is still playing.
And so they're jamming when we come into the scene, and then they're like, "Oh, well, it's time to turn up the motherfucking jams because these white people need to let loose," and the white people do not let loose except for Sherilyn Fenn,
Right.
who tries to dance with
She's dancing with Barry.
Brad
Yeah,
Barry.
Barry announces that he cannot dance and then goes out on the dance floor and proves
It. Yeah.
And this stops all of the zombies from dancing, and they just stop and stare at them. And he runs away like, I told you I couldn't dance.
And so then, like, Theodore or whatever comes from the side and's like, "Would you like? I will dance with you, Sherilyn Fenn. Would you like to dance? We are going to dance now."
Yeah.
And that's probably
gets
when she gets
Zombie.
juiced.
She gets
But what's strange about this is that like everyone is doing this rocking thing, but the dean comes in and is like, "What's going on here?"
Yes.
You just
Oh.
That's because there are people of color.
yes, there are black folks on the stage.
it is implied that perhaps is his issue with it, but also maybe just the raucousness of the music, given that their music. Okay,
It's
fine.
both. It's definitely both. But,
It's definitely both. Yes, but
but notice how many colored people have attended this school.
None.
There are none. Yeah.
None.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just like I said. I was like, why even book a dance when you have
Yes.
an entire.
It's
I believe we made that point earlier, and I am
yeah.
still unconvinced as to why they would do this, except
because they even made like banners, and it's like, what? Why?
It's a strange front for whatever dumb.
you would think like maybe they keep up the charade of like, oh, we have a dance committee and we're booking a band, but by the time
everyone should have been juiced by then.
by the time
Fucking
by the time the
I'm
fall
s-
dance comes around, everybody's crystal methoded.
I've barely been thinking about this. I wanted to say like I've literally just been thinking in the last few seconds as we've been coming to a conclusion. Why the fuck isn't this movie called The Fountain of Youths? Because that's what it's fucking is.
Be a good name.
It's
That's
a
a better name than
yeah.
Zombie High.
Yeah, just like it's fucking what it is. They like,
Zombie Academy would be better, and there's not a movie called Zombie Academy.
Right, and
so-
also they're vampires, so
right.
yeah.
Zombie High should be called Vampire Academy.
Maybe
Actually,
there already was a
I
Vampire
think there is
Academy.
there is a show called Vampire Academy, right?
Is that an anime?
Or is it a
That's probably an
CW
anime.
teen drama thing? I don't remember.
It barely counts.
I think that's a thing.
There's a whole bunch of Vampire
There's
Academies.
Umbrella Academy.
I thought there was a TV like a CW.
There's like at least 3 movies called Vampire Academy.
Okay.
So
Maybe it was a
whatever.
Including one that came out in 2022.
Oh, we should watch that.
Great.
Oh no, it's a TV series.
We should not watch that.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't want to watch anymore.
Okay.
vampires suck. And I'm not watching that movie either.
Good. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this.
Okay.
All right.
And just move us into the finale here. I can't not do it. It's a 5-back movie. I was at 4 the entire time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this credit for the pretty ladies and just the few little things peppered here and there that I enjoyed. But man, the way they just get out of it with this stupidest fucking ending, no way. Just absolutely not. No, go to hell.
Oh,
Fair.
I'm done. Go to
Okay.
hell, movie.
Enjoy your sojourn in hell.
Yes, exactly.
I honestly I don't feel that strongly against it. I mean, I don't have anything per se in favor of why it's not any worse for me than that. I mean, like I can't go. I mean, it's a 3-bag for me. I think it's bad.
I mean, 3 bags is a pretty,
It's a pretty bad movie, but it's
pretty bad
not
movie.
like I just. At the end of the day, it was just more annoying than anything else. Like I was like, I think maybe this might be semi-watchable if you could hear it. You know, like if the music would just call, like, because there was a second in the movie where I think for like 5 straight minutes there was no soundtrack, and like when it all kind of calmed down, I think there was a piece that washed over me, and I was like and I was like I don't know if I would say I was enjoying the movie. I was just enjoying the silence, the lack of soundtrack for a moment, and then it came back with a vengeance. But yeah, I don't know. It's just
The reason I am so hardcore against it is because when a horror movie is not a horror movie, that pisses me right off.
okay. Yeah, it's absolutely not a horror movie.
It is. I mean,
Well,
like
what
we
about
said,
like the stuff? I mean, that's not really a horror movie.
oh
either.
yeah, it is. People get fucking digested and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
The stuff is it's a goofy movie, but
a
it
very
is
goofy movie.
absolutely a horror movie. That is
Okay.
people getting killed
All
constantly.
right. I mean, I guess I just don't even know what constitutes a horror movie anymore. Because like I wouldn't even think like I don't. There's something like the stuff that's Return of the Living Dead. I don't even think of it as a horror movie at all.
Okay, but you're getting into weird territory now.
I'm just saying, like,
such a horror movie.
But I mean, it's so goofy that it's like it just stops
You can
being a horror
have
movie.
you can have goofy horror movies.
Okay.
It's just, but like, you wouldn't call Return of the Living Dead a drama.
No, but I call it a comedy.
This is a comedy horror movie that
Okay.
has no horror elements in it
Sure.
whatsoever.
Yes.
None. I mean, like the transitions are the scariest part of the third act because someone was like, "We got to do something here," because
Somebody 3/4 of the way through the movie discovered a video toaster and was like, "Holy shit! Look what I can do!"
wipe with a sound that goes "Brah!"
Yeah.
Boing.
The transitions and everything are a bit much.
BJ.
That makes it my turn. I was waiting to make sure Harlow was done speaking. I'm going to be right there with you, Harlow. I think this is a 3 bags movie. It would be, if it weren't for some of the comedy bits landing pretty well, and like, I thought that the Dean was pretty good. His actor was pretty good at being, generally creepy. He didn't have a lot to work with, but especially that line, "Enjoy your sojourn in hell."
Have a pleasant sojourn.
Oh, have a pleasant. Oh, do we need to re-record the?
No, that's what you said.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, have a pleasant sojourn in hell was a great line. Paul Feig, I was surprised that I really enjoyed his performance. I don't know if he's done anything else, but maybe he should.
He did some
He was an actor for a while.
Yeah, maybe he should try some acting again.
I think he's done that too.
I think he's.
Has he?
I think he's
Huh.
done with that.
I wonder if he directs anything, or maybe writes.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
We should look him up. Anyway, honestly, I thought, like I said, I thought he was pretty good. Our main stars, they got nothing. I didn't even really think that Sherilyn Fenn was particularly interesting in any way, 'cause she was just
No.
your generic.
Oh, the character? No.
No.
Yeah.
It is solely the lady. The lady is lovely.
But sadly, this is of the era of giant fucking jackets. Like, everyone is wearing 6 layers, and that includes a giant fucking jacket. And I'm not saying, like, I can't see the lady's body. I'm just saying, like, everyone is dressed like a fucking curtain rod. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was wearing too much clothes for their body. Like the first time we're seeing, I mean, the first time we see like Dr. Philo, it's like his jacket is like 2 sizes too big.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
part of what adds to like, is he supposed to be sexy? He just
That's, I mean,
don't know.
Babies, man.
okay. I know.
Yeah,
they-
that's
Big
they're
fucking
weird.
jackets.
Big
Yeah.
jackets,
Big
talking heads.
jackets.
Yes. So that's that's just how it be.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 bags. I do like the premise of this movie. Like I think that I feel like I've said this a lot, but I think there are good bones in this, in the idea of this movie. Like there's one good bone, and it's the monkey bone.
What?
I don't know.
Yes,
Monkey bone just popped into my head. and I
Happy
had to say
birthday,
it.
Chris Kattan.
Yeah.
It is.
Alright.
I only looked
Oh,
because
is
I
it-
looked at IMDb earlier and you said that.
That's odd.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's fucking weird. But yeah, like somebody go remake Vampire or
Uh-huh.
Zombie High
There it is.
into Stepford Academy or something, and make it you can make it a scary fucking movie.
I'm sure there was a fucking episode of Supernatural that was a reboot of this.
Yeah, but
I
there
love
have been
your
like
disdain for
400.
Supernatural over the years. It's fun. You've probably never seen a second of those.
I've never seen it. Like there's 14 fucking seasons of that show.
And the people who are Supernatural fans, no offense if you're a Supernatural fan out there, but y'all won't shut the fuck up about that show.
It's not just that. It's that every week when there was an episode, there had to be 45 minutes of spooky X-Files shit going on. But the only thing anyone is talking about is if the 2 leads are going to fuck.
Yeah.
And I think they were related, and sometimes there would be other leads, and like the series would alternate, and
well,
then there
the
would
2
be...
main characters were brothers, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
So
well-
I mean, maybe people were asking if they were going to fuck,
If-
but I mean, you know.
That's just when like headcanon
If
weird
there's a
fanfic
relationship, oh, that's when the ships like
took
yeah.
off.
That's the show that launched 1,000 ships. Is fucking Supernatural. The Helen of Troy of TV shows.
What? Did I miss?
Helen of Troy was the
Yeah,
face
no,
that
I,
launched 1,000
I,
ships.
I understand that reference, but how is Supernatural?
Because like every
Oh, ships.
ships,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ships.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I'm with you. That's
Here we go.
that was the part I was missing from the
Yeah.
beginning.
It was a great joke until I
Ships.
had to explain
The
it.
slash part. Yeah. Ships is
The
like
slash part.
shipping is like I think that's like a latter day. It's like it takes my minute brain a minute to register that being a
Yeah.
term for it.
It's only been a term for like 10 years, so it's still worming its way into the files.
Yep. For me, it was slash fig. That's the day
Right.
from the time the era I was born.
You kids with your fucking ships.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah,
sorry.
that fucking show.
Whatever. It's okay.
It might be the greatest show of all time, and I'm never gonna find out.
All right.
I mean, it's not like
Right. Anyway.
it can't be higher than Breaking Bad.
Well,
And Breaking
no.
Bad isn't even the greatest show of all time. It's impossible. Are we done?
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
like, we're so off the fucking rails.
We didn't want to talk about Zombie High.
Yeah, let's talk about more Blackula things.
Okay. There should be more Blackula movies. They should remake Blackula.
No.
Yes.
Son of Blackula.
No.
Son of Blackula. I want to see Son of Blackula.
Okay, here's the deal. So Blade like fell apart. Like no one's making
Yeah.
Blade.
Wait, the Marshala Ali one isn't happening now?
It totally fell apart.
Probably
They
not.
like pushed it into 2026 or whatever, and that probably means it's never happening. Like the director quit, and it's a mess. So if you're not going to make Blade, Blackula, Son of Blackula.
Son of Blackula.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's all.
Or Blackula's daughters. Make them both. Son of Blackula.
Okay, wait, no,
and
I like that
Blackula's
better.
daughters.
Blackula's daughters. I like that idea better. Blackula's daughters.
Should we write Blackula's
It's
daughters?
just because you want sexy vampire ladies.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
yes.
But
fuck off.
also-
Just
Yes.
establishing it.
But also,
And put Sherilyn
Blackula's-
Fenn in it.
No, she can't be a Blackula.
Well, she doesn't have
She
to
can
be a
still be in
Blackula.
it.
Oh, come on.
She could be in it.
There's
She
no
could-
room for Sherilyn Fenn and Daughters of Blackula.
Well, she can run like a corner store
No.
or something and just
No.
be like, "Hey, ladies,"
Or
what's
it could
going
be
on?
like a Charlie's Angels thing where it's like, you get full
Wait a minute. So you're saying like Blackula's daughters solve crimes?
I don't know. I wasn't saying like specifically like how Blackula's daughters works. I was just saying like you could have a white Blackula's daughter, a black Blackula's daughter, an Asian Blackula's daughter. You could have all sorts of representation.
You could have all three colors of the rainbow,
etc., etc. I don't mean that there are only.
I know.
Yeah. You get some diverse Blackula's daughters.
They should call it that.
Diverse
Blackula's
God.
daughters. Blackula's diverse daughters.
Blackula's woke. God, the fucking. Can you imagine some 78-year-old asshole in Congress bitching about Blackula's woke?
Oh yeah. Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, I love it.
We should just figure out a way to get this into the trades.
Yeah. Somebody quick, write a treatment for Blackula's woke.
I don't know. There's something quaint about Blackula's diverse daughters.
Or stay woke, Blackula.
Yes. Oh, yes. These are all $1 million ideas. This podcast has so many good ideas. We're going to be funded forever.
I just want Blackula's
Shirts, movies.
Mm-hmm. This one podcast this will launch an empire.
This Blackula podcast that was not about Blackula has launched so many ideas for Blackula.
The title for this episode should be not actually a Blackula podcast. Not actually a Blackula episode.
Why don't you tell people how they can
Oh,
get in
yeah.
touch with us and send us legal notices about not using the name Blackula?
We've said it so many times in our last actual Blackula episode that if we were going to get sued, it would have already happened.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have Blackula-related thoughts, especially about my T-shirt idea, please email us, bmf@bmfcast.com, or drop us a voicemail on the BMFcast hotline, the Blackula phone, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, or 910-556-9263. You can also hit us up on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. We're barely on Facebook, but we're there. I see it if you send me a message. And check out our Discord. That's a cool thing where you can hang out with fellow Blackula fans. I'm going to change the name to the Blackula Zone.
I'm just picturing if William Marshall was still alive and he was on Cameo.
Oh, God, I'd pay $1,000 for a William Marshall cameo.
So be like, please record our voicemail.
God, I would love it. If somebody out there does a good William Marshall impersonation, maybe we can use
if you
some
want
of
to
our...
audition.
Yeah, send your auditions. 910-5JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Do your best Blackula impersonation or audition for us, and then maybe we can use some of our Patreon funds to either revive William Marshall or pay for a quality Blackula impersonator for the Garfield Fund. Patreon.com/BMFcast to fund our reanimating William Marshall.
I like that. That's a listing in the yellow pages. Quality Blackula impersonator.
Parties.
There's
Bar
Blackula
mitzvahs.
impersonators, and then there's quality Blackula impersonators.
You look under B or Q.
Yes. It's very important, so the yellow pages puts it in both places. Anyway, so that we can fund all these radical ideas, go to patreon.com/BMFcast. It also helps us pay for all of our important things like hosting, cameras, lights, action. It pays for all of that. Blackulas.
Oh, dear.
Yes. Let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
I am Arlo.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is Blackula Out.
It's done.
We are now the Blackula movie fiends for the rest of the month.
Always talking Blackula.
Can
this week
Can I change the title in the Discord? I think I can.
of like the entire Discord to the Blackula movie feeds.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think I can.
No.
Oh, not my account. I want to change the actual.
I'll change it on Twitter.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Server settings. Overview.
No, I can't because people searching for us from the Wall Street Journal will get confused.
Doesn't matter.
I wonder if that bad movie feeds podcast we read about in the Wall Street Journal is on Twitter.
Just change it to Blackula Movie Fiends /
Blackula/bad.
I can change
No. Do not do that.
Oh.
I'm changing it to Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
Only us and live stream people will know.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Oh
I
my.
should change the profile picture to Blackula too. Maybe I'll do that in the morning.
It'll be too late.
Yeah, no. By the morning, he's asleep.
That's when I have to get the picture is when he's
that's true.
asleep. Otherwise, he'll.
Yeah.
I thought you
I'm-
wanted to get
otherwise
Blackula.
I am
Blackula.
unprepared. I'm
No, I'll get
unprepared
Blackula.
today to be Blackula.
Oh, you think you're going to get better with age?
No. No, I just think. I mean, I got to get some affairs in order if I'm
Oh,
going
I
to
see.
be Blackula.
Yeah. Like if Blackula was here, I'd be like, hey, listen, just give me a minute.
So wait. I'm trying to figure out what kind of important shit you have to do that eternity wouldn't be enough time to accomplish it.
I have things to take care of. It's gonna
Yeah.
It's gonna take me a while to recover from being Blackula.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
can be
just the whole schedule change is really gonna fuck with you.
yeah.
You know, you gotta
I got to go to the bank first.
right because they're gonna be
Sure.
closed when you're
Right.
awake.
Right, yeah, they don't have online banking and stuff.
No, but there's some
hours.
shit I got to sign over.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put some pen and paper.
May I suggest a proxy, a power of attorney?
You need a
please?
notary.
Yeah.
Perhaps a familiar, if you will.
Notary Publics. It's
Hey, Blackula, could you go bite a notary so we have one?
right. Actually, that's the curse. I am a notary public, but I can't sign my own stuff. I can't notarize my own stuff as a notary public. The curse of the Blackula notary.
Okay, but also, see, would there be a conflict with you being ordained or whatever?
Oh no, because it's-
Universal Life Church or
yeah,
whatever that is.
secular humanist. So I,
Okay,
you know,
so that doesn't confuse Blackulas.
no.
You sure?
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna be like.
I think Blackula has,
I mean, they might anyway.
I believe that Blackula has established that crosses were totally cool. Didn't he? Like he was like, did he just wear a cross? Because he was like, that's a myth.
I don't know.
I think there was a moment at that party where he's like, "Your cross don't bother me. Fuck you."
Yeah, I thought it was just like that's just a myth. Like,
Something like yeah.
that only affects Draculas.
Yeah.
My name is Blackula. Ah.
I love doing my William Marshall impersonation, but I kind of try not to do it too often because I fear that it could be.
I think it's
Take it
okay
forward.
when we're talking about Blackula.
Fair
I'm
enough.
glad you're the arbiter of this.
I say it's okay.
Hear that, everybody?
New rule.
Chuck figured it out.
I dub the arbiter of Blackulas.
Listen, everyone.
Yeah.
I have a new rule for you at parties and whatnot. Don't just do it willy-nilly, but if the conversation turns toward Blackula and you do a good William Marshall voice, go for it. It's fine.
Leola says we're a go on the Blackula Lives Matter shirt.
Okay. Oh wait, why is NAACP no-go? Is that a bad organization?
There are some
Yeah.
Questionable things.
that
I mean, they
yes.
probably might want to update their name sometime. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean,
That's up to them. I'm
Yeah,
not getting in the middle of that.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, you know, on the surface, you just look. Oh, charity. They must be good.
Sure.
But then you know you. Like it's like every year when
like the
people are
Red
like, "Hey,
Cross.
the
I mean,
Salvation
yeah,
Army can go
or-
fuck itself." It's
sure.
like, "Oh, right, sorry.
yeah, like the
Let me
Red
get that
Cross has,
quarterback from the drum I just put it in."
Like 98% of every dollar you give is towards operating costs. Or
Yeah.
something like
Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Also, the Salvation Army are like grossly anti-trans, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Right.
talk about all the bad charities.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
United Way, their operating costs are fucking
Right.
hideous.
Or the Wounded Warrior thing is really bad too.
Is Wounded Warrior bad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like even worse because it's like such a trigger cause. You're like, yeah, like,
The idea is
well, right. I
incredibly
mean, you're
fucking
like,
noble,
you're like,
right?
well, yes, but I mean, it's like, you know, your brain's like, yeah, I got to step in, you know, and help. I think the thing is like the twofold, like the organization apparently sucks as like an organization and operating costs and things like that. But then it's like the organization probably shouldn't exist. Like, I mean, it's like
Right.
it
right.
really should just be like,
It's a fucking crime that it has to
yeah,
exist.
that
I
it,
get
well, that
it.
it has
Yeah.
to exist, and that we are supposed to supplement what we're already supposed to be supplementing
Right.
by paying for taxes. And
But
it's
I
like,
think that's every charity. Like,
sure, but I mean, it's like
what the fuck are we
the
doing?
if they take in like some of the money, and I'm not saying don't go help people that are missing limbs and help their lives and everything, but like instead of like it's sort of like teaching a man to fish, kind of versus giving a fish. Like, don't give the guy, don't spend the money to buy one person artificial leg. Like, maybe hire some really good lawyers and fix the funding of in
and
Congress.
get all the artificial legs
Yeah,
funded.
that's what I mean.
Right.
So that's what I'm like. That's.
I mean, we can do both. We can focus on
Sure,
more than one
sure.
issue at a time. But I get your point,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like, we should fix the fucking problem instead of having a
Yeah.
big charity that
won't go on forever because
Right.
there'll always be wounded warriors because
Right.
war never
because we
changes.
keep sending our kids over somewhere else to die for some bullshit. Also, Susan G. Komen, that's another one of those charities that like
Oh yeah,
everybody
all you're
everybody
paying
was
for is the fucking clothing and
Yeah. everybody was all up Susan G. Komen's ass for like 10 years. The organization. Yeah. You missed the boat, Chuck.
I mean, you have to look for charities that haven't become just a massive global operation.
Right.
Because while, yes, their reach is greater, you're basically paying for the organization to exist, and hardly any of your donation is actually going to the thing you think it's going to. That's the thing. When charities get so big that they are this massive corporation, it's like, well, what am I doing here?
Yeah. On the one hand, it gives them like a lot of power to do a lot of good. But on the
does.
other hand, it means that they have to have way more money to do,
Right.
to do that good. It's
I think
kind of like it's unfortunate that it just has to happen for a charity to grow.
I think it'd be nice to try to find a way to organize a charity where all of the board members have other jobs. Like they are.
Oh, they do. They're just all CEOs.
Well, no, I mean like like they don't get paid from this charity in any way,
You
shape,
have
or
to
form.
you have to pay all the you spin up this administrative nightmare. There just has to be. It can't just be a board of CEOs and that's it.
The thing is, like, a charity gets started by somebody, and then some rich person gets involved and wants to sit on the board, and it's fucking over.
Well, I mean, I think it would take
As soon as that happens, it's done.
Yep.
it would take like an actual like business being involved and like having altruistic means. But that right. I know, sure, yes, ha 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 ha. ha. Right.
Perhaps I should have Blackula laughed at that.
I mean, we're so
We're not
accustomed.
talking about.
I mean,
Blackula.
we're.
You cannot do the voice.
I'm not talking. I'm not necessarily talking about like a global conglomerate type of business, but like a business of like 1,000 people. Like the CEO is like, guess what, everybody, you work for this company for 5 hours a day. The other 3, you work for this charity.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
and it's like
that
like,
gets into shaky legal ground, but I like the way you think.
yeah, I'm just saying like it's 100% paid for by the people. And it's like that way you have a full staff. You have every level of employee needed for it too. So.
But then the charity is inevitably always tied to that business, and if that business does anything shady or fucks up in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah. I mean, I like where your head's at, and I think it's possible it could work as not a strictly 501c3 company, but just because there's all sorts of legal fucking bullshit you have to do for a 501c3, or any of the other recognized charitable organizations. But
Anyway.
maybe set yourself up as a church, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
that's the way to go. Yep. The Church of Blackula.
The Church of Blackula.
That's right. See, we were talking about
Yep, yep.
Blackula.
I would be a member of the Church of Blackula. I'd send $25 a year to them.
Ask for more. I would sign up for Blackula's Patreon.
No, it's the Saturday Night Live thing where Bill Hader's in Africa. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
for only 79 cents a day. Just like in the background going, ask for more. Why so little? Like, just make it $1.
Yeah. Price of a cup of coffee. No.
Y'all remember Sally Struthers?
Yes.
Of course you do, because we're all fucking old.
Yeah,
but-
I remember from All in the Family when she was skinny. Before she ate all the food that was supposed to go to Africa.
God, that's Ah, man, that's a joke that takes me back to when it was okay to make those jokes.
When is it not okay? I mean, maybe I'm just saying, maybe don't have a lady who's very large advocating for a starving country. It's just, it sends the wrong message of
Sure,
like,
sure.
I
just
maybe
Sally
give her
Struthers in
some of
general.
your food, Sally.
That's okay. So Sally Struthers heavily invested in that charity, so of course she's on the fucking television. That's the thing. That's how rich people ruin charities, is by making themselves super involved with them instead of just like, hey, I got a bunch of money, do good shit. You people who know how to do good shit, get another way.
I don't know, man.
Man, Black Lives Matter shirt.
I mean, honestly,
All right, we're finally going to go through with the Teespring shit.
I mean, honestly, if you want to give your money to the best charity, like that is probably going to do the best thing is like find a local charity. Like find,
oh yeah, absolutely.
find it like a very small, like one of the like helps you out in an emergency. I can't remember what that's called.
Red Cross? It's
No,
not
no,
Red
no, no.
Cross, no.
911.
Yes, no. I mean, like it's not a like we're gonna. It's more like my house caught fire. I don't have the means to live for like 2 weeks while. It's like they will help you like temporary sheltering and temporary food and things like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
usually like Red Cross or United Way does that.
yeah, but there's Beam.
Beam?
Well, that's a local thing. That's Beaches one, but there's another like there things like that. There are the Beaches
Beam.
Beaches emergency management. That's a different thing. But there's
You mean
versions
stuff like
of that.
Hubbard House and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there's things like that are smaller local versions of that. It's like temporary charity. Where it's like like nearly 100% of your money goes towards the thing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all just local volunteers. It's not a corporation. It's just like we go out and buy groceries and we get a good deal and it's tax free. And
Well,
yep.
If y'all have one local that you want to switch off of the Humane Society for when we put this Zombie High disc on eBay, because we're not fucking keeping it, let me know and I'll change our charitable donation.
Wait, what's it set to right now?
Humane Society.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I also like Jasmine, the Jackson area sexual
Yes.
sexual minority youth network. Yeah. I can never remember what exactly. JASMYN. Yes. They're one of my charities. Not mine like I own it, but one of the ones that I
Support.
Sure.
support.
I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's just generally speaking, your best way is the smaller the charity, the better chance your money's going to the thing it's
Yeah.
supposed to go to.
I believe we have probably saved some puppies by selling some blue.
Generally,
definitely.
Generally, the Humane Society it's a good.
You've also
it's
paid the
generally
salaries
good
of a couple of my
organization.
friends.
Yeah, that's right. It's generally a good organization. I mean, it's like small operating cost and stuff like that.
Why do you know so many people who work at the Pound?
The pound's different.
I know.
So, one of my friends, it's just somebody I've been friends with for a long time, loves helping dogs and kitties, and decided to take a shot. She was tired of working in retail and took a shot going to the Humane Society, and she's been there a couple years. Actually, it's our former Asian correspondent. So yeah, she was like, I've always wanted to do it. It's a huge pay cut, but I'm going to jump in and do it anyway. And she done it, and she's actually brought on a couple of our other friends to work there. And another friend was a zookeeper, and just so happened to find a job at JHS. So
Cool.
I was sad. I knew someone who was a
I'm sad
zookeeper at the Jacksonville Zoo, and I was supposed to get like a behind-the-scenes tour.
should have done it.
Yeah,
Should have done
and I
it.
didn't
It's
get-
cool.
I didn't get a chance to.
Cool as fuck.
I want to play with monkeys.
I don't know if I can get you a Play with Monkeys tour,
I
but
want to
I
play
have
with
a.
monkeys tour. That's all I want in my life.
I
Oh,
don't.
you're a believer?
You can't be mad at that.
I'm not. It was all the look. It was.
Yeah.
I was just trying to sell the look. Mackey's not here. Somebody's got to give
Yeah.
that look.
I
You're
can't
not my
get you.
stepping stone.
I can't get you a monkey tour, but I can probably get you a. I have a guy who's now working on the.
Can you give him a hippo tour? Holy
no,
shit.
God, I don't want a hippo tour. It's nature's fucking ninjas right there.
I forget
That's
his
the deadliest goddamn animal on the fucking face of the planet.
I know. That's the joke.
Oh,
You get a tour of the inside of the hippo.
And then the
I have fed a hippo, but from afar.
I wouldn't feed one from anywhere near, like,
I tossed
anywhere within 1,000 yards.
I tossed greens into one's mouth.
wood-wide
Or,
hippo.
I don't know, fruits and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I would love to feed a hippo a watermelon because that'd be cool as shit to see in person. But I have a friend who's he's not a groundskeeper necessarily, but he works with like all the. He's not quite a botanist, but somewhere in between groundskeeper and botanist.
Wow.
Is he a poop scooper?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Somewhere between groundskeeper and botanist. Like
Okay.
he's a plant specialist or something.
Oh.
But you know, they have a bunch of interesting plants and stuff, and they also have to maintain all of the flora and fauna because there's a lot. So he works there doing that stuff. So I might be able to get you a little something tour if you want.
I want to play with monkeys.
I can't get you a monkey tour. I don't have that kind of jam at the zoo.
You gotta get that kind of jam.
I'm not even a member anymore. I had to get rid of my membership because it like tripled in price.
I mean, I want to play with little monkeys, but I really want to play with a bonobo. I want to just like high five a bonobo so much.
I can't get you high fives for bonobos yet. Maybe we can work on it. But
Like, yeah. I mean, I like seriously. That's like
best I can get you is maybe
Like-
I'll buy you a bonobo album.
have most of them.
Well, then I'm fucking useless. To
I know. Sorry. I don't have the latest one on vinyl, so yeah, there's that.
Oh. Well, I'm not buying it for you on vinyl because new vinyl albums are stupid expensive.
Are they? I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to a new one on spatial audio. It sounds really good in spatial audio.
Cool.
Like Atmos or whatever.
I didn't even know it was available like that.
Apple Music has
Nice.
a lot of new stuff's come out in spatial audio.
That's cool. It's like quadraphonic sound. We've come back from the 70s.
I mean, some of it really is. Like they've got Duke Ellington.
They have Pink Floyd.
I think
Not
it's
the
not
same
Miles
as Duke
Davis
Ellington.
either. Fuck, it's coming to me.
Charlie Parker.
John Coltrane. They have Coltrane. Like in Atmos, but it's like it's cool because it's like not that's Cole. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thank
Took
you.
me a minute.
But I mean, it's just cool because it's like when you're sitting there listening to it, it's like it sounds like each instrument is like where it's supposed to be in the room. I mean, it's
That's
hard,
cool,
yeah, it's just
yeah.
like the drums are over here, and I mean, it's just like
Do they have any Pink Floyd stuff that you know of?
probably yeah. There's some class
Because that in spatial audio would be fucking awesome. Because they love do it like they would do that their live shows. They had did I ever tell you guys about the Pink Floyd experience thing in L.A.? Oh, they had basically a traveling museum that was in L.A. for a couple months, and it was when I went out there, and Brian wanted to go, so we got tickets, and it was actually really cool. I didn't really give a shit about Pink Floyd going into it, but
Did you figure out which one was pink?
I still no idea. There's those two heads. I think one of them's Pink and one of them's Floyd.
Oh,
You know, the two heads that are like facing each other or whatever. Yeah.
The Easter Island thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Pink and Floyd, but I don't know
Okay.
which is which.
Gotcha.
But anyway, I came out of there with a much greater appreciation because of like the technology that they used in their recording and live shows and everything. But they had a bunch of those little setups where they had the like quadraphonic audio controls on little remote control looking sticks. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm semi lukewarm on Pink Floyd as a whole. I think, but like "Wish You Were Here" is just one of the best albums ever
Yeah.
made.
I also
just top to bottom, just like so good.
Yeah. I also went through a phase of listening to like so-and-so kind of music person reacts to so-and-so music. And there was one of the classical composer guy. And he did a whole Wish You Were Here listen through that was... It made me stop and pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Because of, some things that the composer was pointing out. So... a little bit more like my appreciation for Pink Floyd grows a little bit at a time as I get older, and eventually I'll be one of those. Hey man, you ever listen to Pink Floyd? Here's 4 tabs of acid and Wish You Were Here on vinyl.
Dude, you gotta listen to Animals, and then fucking the something bell, the listening bell, the diving bell, was it?
No, The Tolling Bell.
There's something the bell. I can't remember what the album's called.
I
It's the
cannot
one with the
remember.
Easter Island heads. I think.
Division Bell. It's
Division
the
Bell,
Division Bell.
yeah.
I didn't even have to look it up. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Because Animals is the other part of Wizard of Oz, like when Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, here, man. Blast off and listen to some fucking Floyd, man. 12 hours. Oh, all right. Let's
What?
get out of here, shall
Oh,
we? I'm Hardco.
I'm Flappy.
I'm Slappy.
Did we even do that?
What?
Yes. Did we? I'm not sure we did.
The sign out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
No, we need.
No, it doesn't matter.
we'll just redo it.
We'll just fade out. Like
We'll just do one more. We'll just fade out.
fade out. Like
I
that
think
Pink
we
Floyd
got
album.
sidetracked. I don't think we
Didn't
ever.
I say, and I'm Blackula? No.
No.
After
I
everybody?
think
No.
you did. Yes.
I don't think.
Let's do it again just in
All right,
case.
fine.
That
One
way.
for safety.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ,
And I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out.
We did do it. I remember now.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I did the Steve Miller claps, but I was just trying to give you something so you could find it.
Blackula movie Fiends out.
Bye.
I need.